NordVPN just got a new look, or it's been a while, depending on when you watch this video. Either way, this new look might throw off old users and confuse some newcomers. So in this NordVPN tutorial, I'm going to rediscover every NordVPN app from desktop to mobiles to browser extensions while guiding you through the main differences and every feature. While explaining everything, I'm also going to give you the best NordVPN discounts. Just check the link in the description to get the best deal. Oh, and just a bit above the description are the timestamps. You can use those to jump to the section where I explain how to use NordVPN on your device. That said, the first step is universal, creating an account. NordVPN is a subscription-based app, after all. That's where my deal comes in handy. You can go ahead and click the link in the description and pick your plan. NordVPN has revised its plans some time ago, and now there are only 3. Basic is the most, basic VPN experience with an addition of dark web monitoring. The complete plan offers additional NextGen Antivirus. Those are updated cybersecurity features for dealing with ads and malware and phishing links. There's also newly added scam call protection, which can detect if your caller is a known scammer, as well as secure cloud storage, and even a password manager for added account protection. And just for the US users, there's also Prime, the plan that adds an identity theft protection feature, CoverOn, formerly known as NordProtect, alongside everything that I mentioned earlier. Personally, Complete is my favorite plan as it has the best price to value balance and doesn't miss any essential protection. All these plans let you run NordVPN on multiple devices, 10 in total, without having to log out. After you pick your plan, go through the checkout procedure step by step, and here we go. Now you have an account which you can use on any device. For example, a Windows PC or laptop. That's the first OS that I'm going to cover, starting with the installation process. You can download the app right after you create your account or by choosing Download NordVPN on the provider website and choosing Windows. Run the downloaded file and follow the NordVPN setup steps until the app is installed and ready to boot. Opening the app, the first thing to do is log in, clicking this button and inputting your credentials in the browser window that pops up. Welcome to the NordVPN Windows dashboard. This is the updated UI, cleaner and more user-friendly than ever. Here's where you can find the connection window, NextGen Antivirus statistics, and quick access to MeshNet and dark web monitor, features that I'm going to describe in a moment. You can also find anything that you need through this search bar that's now permanently etched at the top of the window. To start using NordVPN, you can either use this server choice suggestion in the dashboard, or you can go to the search bar and find the country right away instead of scrolling through this massive list of over 120 countries. After you've used any of these servers at least once, they will also pop up in the recent connections section so you can reconnect to any of them in one click. It's also very easy to pause the VPN connection if you need to. The pause button is on the dashboard, so all it takes is a single click. NordVPN currently offers more than 9,300 servers in over 200 locations across the globe, guaranteeing fast and reliable connections. Continuing through the UI, the connection details have moved in the new design. Now you have to click the 3-dot menu to access the info. This menu only appears when you're connected to the server though, keep that in mind. The settings can also be accessed through this menu or by clicking the profile button on the top right. Not much has changed in the settings themselves though. You can still choose if you want NordVPN to launch with the system, pick your auto connection settings, and customize the appearance of the app as well as notifications. The account section simply shows all the details of your subscription, so I'll skip it, but the connection and security is where we have to get a closer look. Here you can pick your VPN protocol. I recommend NordLynx for the best encryption and performance combo, and you can even enable post-quantum encryption. This option is for ensuring that no brute force attack would crack your VPN connection. Here, you can also choose your home Wi-Fi as a trusted network, so your VPN doesn't turn on automatically when you're connected to it. As for the options below, those are for experienced users only, so if you don't even know what that means, I recommend not touching them at all. All right, moving on, the kill switch. Make sure it's turned on so you don't leak your real IP address when you're disconnected from a VPN. And if some of your apps don't work well with a VPN connection, you can add them to this list and make Windows quit these apps automatically once you use NordVPN. Below the kill switch setting, there is split tunneling. Here you can choose to use or not use VPN for specific apps. For instance, streaming or torrenting apps benefit greatly from a VPN connection, so you can limit NordVPN access to those only. But that's just one example of how it can be used. Friend referral and subscription renewal aside, that's it for the settings menu. Now let's click on the search bar and check out the options we have here. Country is self-explanatory. You can search through the 120 available countries and pick the one you want. Dedicated IP is empty unless you buy yourself one. A special IP that's only available for you, unlike the shared IPs normal servers usually give you. MeshNet is a feature that creates secure LAN connections for file sharing between NordVPN users, and it's completely free. As for Double VPN and Onion over VPN, those are specialized server options that chain multiple servers together for extra security. One adds NordVPN server into the mix and the other relies on the Onion network, borrowing a few of its nodes. Both options are great to make your connection untraceable, but keep in mind that those servers are slower than usual. The MeshNet that I mentioned earlier is also available through the menu on the left, and these two tabs are for that. The button resembling a shield is NextGen Antivirus Pro. Here, I would recommend scrolling through the list and simply enabling everything. Security extension, browsing protection, scanning, all of it. This feature keeps up with ads, trackers, phishing links, and even malware, protecting you from them, so you really can't go wrong with letting it do its job. The eye icon is for the dark web monitor, which is all about alerting you if your personal data ends up on the dark web. Just turn it on, add email addresses that you want monitored, and let it notify you if something happens. Under the Products tab, you can check the features that I've just described and add other Nord products to expand your security suite, such as the Password Manager, NordPass, for example. I'm not going to expand on it in this video, but you can check my channel to find a more detailed review. Overall, this is the NordVPN Windows app in all its glory. Remember that NordVPN is available through the link in the description with a special discount, so you can get yourself a subscription and start building your online security right away. Now, time for the NordVPN extension. This is going to be the same between the Windows and macOS users, so consider it a bridge segment. Keep in mind that extensions don't provide the same range of features as apps do, but if all you need is browsing protection that will hide your IP, the extension will be enough. To install the extension, go to the extension store of your preferred browser and search for NordVPN. It's going to look like this, and you can just install the extension in a single click, whether it's Chrome, Firefox, or Safari. Once the extension is added, click on the icon and open it. If you can't see the icon, click the puzzle icon first and then pin NordVPN to the main tab as I did just now. Now, you have to log in, so make sure you grabbed a subscription beforehand, and now the world is your oyster. You're free to connect to the same servers as the app, but remember, this connection only applies to your browser and no other apps. The extension is minimalistic for a reason. There's not a lot you can do with it. That said, apart from securing your connection with this button, you can also enable NextGen Antivirus to deal with ads, trackers, malicious links, and even phishing threats. The spoofing tab can also help you match the time and date of your browser with the server you pick, as some websites negatively react to the mismatch. And of course, you can also pick which websites should be excluded from the VPN connection. NordVPN recommends other cybersecurity apps in the Products tab, so check it out if you're curious. Other than that, let's check the Settings tab. Here, much like in the app, you can enable Kill Switch, which should be on all the time anyway, as well as customize the appearance of your app and check the account details. When using NordVPN extension in Firefox, the only difference is that you can be prompted with allow this extension to run in private windows. And you can enable this if you need NordVPN in the incognito mode. Otherwise, the extension has exactly the same functionality in Firefox as it does in Chrome. While these extensions are a nice addition, they are not a replacement for the app. That's why we're moving right away to NordVPN macOS setup. A reminder, if you still don't have a subscription, you can scan this QR code or check the link in the description to get started without spending a lot. Installing NordVPN on macOS is pretty easy, but there are two options here. You can either install it with one click from the Apple App Store or download it from the provider's website. There are some differences between the two. First of all, the website app gets the full NextGen antivirus experience. Secondly, the kill switch is working better to protect your apps, and so on. Generally, you should be fine with the App Store version, but it's also fine to sideload it from the website for a better user experience. But overall, both apps are the same once opened. You start with logging in and you'll see this dashboard. Very similar to the one that we saw on Windows as well. macOS does ask permission for adding VPN configurations on the first launch. We didn't see that on Windows because it allows things like that by default, but on Apple devices, you must give the permission manually, so don't be spooked by that. All right, so going back to the dashboard, you can see the connection screen up top alongside recently picked countries, connection statistics, threat protection pro stats, and quick access buttons for MeshNet and Dark Web Monitor. When securing your connection, you can either connect to the server NordVPN picks for you for optimal speed, or click on the search bar at the top and choose one of the over 120 countries to connect to manually. There are more than 9,300 servers in total, so NordVPN's connection is very reliable and fast, no problems there. In the same search menu, you can also check dedicated IP options if you purchased that add-on, as well as specialized server options. Obfuscated servers hide your activity from the internet service provider, and double VPN and onion over VPN servers are chaining two locations together for additional security. The first option relies on NordVPN servers only, while the second brings the onion network into the mix, connecting to a few of its nodes, and all that is to make your connection much harder to track or hack into. All right, coming back from the search tab, let's take a look at this sidebar. Here you can find NordVPN's features, NextGen Antivirus Pro, MeshNet, and Dark Web Monitor. The first one is a combination of an ad blocker, antivirus, and phishing protection. It detects and stops all manner of dangers, so enabling it is filtering right away. To enable it, you have to allow the extension separately by following the steps outlined by the app. That's a recent update to make NextGen Antivirus capable of intercepting all the threats. MeshNet is more specialized. It is creating secure VPN connections between multiple NordVPN users for secure file transfer. So only consider it if you use NordVPN professionally or have friends to share files with. Dark Web Monitor is a feature where you can input your email addresses, and if they appear in any data leak or breach, the feature is going to notify you and then help with future steps to fix the issue. Now, you might have noticed that settings are no longer in that sidebar. You have to click on this three-dot menu when you are connected to a server, but the settings menu is mostly unchanged in this new UI. It still holds all your account data, lets you customize the app to your liking, and most importantly, sets up connection and security settings. I recommend setting up NordLynx as your preferred protocol for the best speed to security ratio, and also enabling auto connect, especially if you frequent places with public Wi-Fi. You should also check kill switch settings to make sure no data is leaked if your VPN connection breaks. You might have noticed there are some advanced features in the connection tab, but if you don't know what those are, just ignore those. They are meant for advanced users who can configure their VPN manually. Apart from that, the settings menu contains the Refer a Friend tab and Terms and Conditions, but they are hardly connected to the app performance, so you can check them yourself at your leisure. All right, I did forget one small moment. The Products tab on the sidebar. That's where you can check NordVPN's features that I listed earlier, along with other Nord products. If you want to learn more about those, I have reviews on this channel, so take a look. And the next section is going to be pretty brief as well. It's Linux. Yes, NordVPN finally has a user-friendly GUI alongside the terminal-based app familiar to advanced users. So I'm going to focus on the GUI today, as a command-oriented interface is a bit too much for beginners. Okay, you still need to use the terminal to install NordVPN either way by typing this command. Alternatively, you can also download and install NordVPN through Snapcraft if you have it on your device. And once the app is installed, it's business as usual. The dashboard has the connection settings as well as some statistics, and you can pick right away which country to connect to, choosing from more than 120 options worldwide. The specialized servers are also available in the app, and you can pick a dedicated IP if you bought this add-on, or go for double VPN or onion over VPN. These two options provide additional nodes in your connection, making it much harder to track and break through, but at the cost of speed. Checking settings, you can set up Auto Connect to automatically connect to a server on each PC launch, or enable Kill Switch to prevent data leaks on network instabilities. In the security and privacy settings, things are a bit different from Windows and macOS. For instance, there's a network-based allow list that lets you exclude specific ports, subnets, or local IP ranges from VPN connections. There are also detailed firewall and obfuscation settings. This part of the app is dependent on you knowing what you're up to, so try not to mess with it if you're not sure. But going back to familiar features with NextGen Antivirus, it uses DNS filtering to block ads, trackers, and malicious websites, also protecting against malware threats, the same as on other platforms. So overall, NordVPN on Linux provides a more customizable experience designed for experienced users. All right, and now mobile devices. Truth be told, NordVPN on iPhone and Android is practically the same app. So I will combine the two tutorials. You can follow the same steps regardless of which mobile phone you're using. The first step is installing the app, which is made easy with either the Google Play Store or the Apple App Store. The installation through them is done in a single click. You can also log in with the same account as on other platforms. So I do want to note though that NordVPN has a 3-day free trial for Android users. It's not a lot, but better than nothing. Also, just like on desktops, you will be brought to the NordVPN website for the login process. So don't be surprised when that happens. Okay, inside the app, you can start connecting to a VPN server right from the home screen. Just tap the interactive map to pick a country manually, or you can go through the search bar and pick one of the 120 possible countries this way. Whenever you need to pause or disconnect, it's the same as on other devices. The button is right in front of you. You can also tap these 3 dots to open a small menu where you can reconnect, change location, or go straight to the settings menu. Unlike desktop apps, all settings on mobile devices are bundled together. Here you have your protocol choice, with NordLynx still being the best option, as well as auto connect settings and an opportunity to enable post-quantum encryption and so on. One important note, only the NordVPN Android app has split tunneling, with which you can exclude apps of your choice from the VPN connection. iOS does not support this feature. On the other hand, Android doesn't have a prevent VPN bypass setting, which stops your device and apps from sending traffic outside the VPN tunnel for added security. Those are pretty much the only differences. You can still enable Kill Switch on Android to prevent leaks, while on iOS, it's enabled by default, and turn on tap jacking protection against sneaky ad overlays and unsafe Wi-Fi detection to be notified if your current network is not secure enough. Okay, leaving the settings menu, there are still 2 more tabs at the bottom that you can visit. The first one is NextGen Antivirus. You can pick here if it works only with a VPN or always, or configure if you want it to block adult content or inspect text, files, and links for scam detection while the feature is enabled. The second tab is Products. So other Nord security offerings and some of NordVPN's features are all available in one place. Yep, you see it right. MeshNet is also available on Android and iOS, so you can link your phone with your PC for secure file sharing and long-distance media access. If you want a strong VPN for your mobile device, NordVPN is a solid pick. Besides, it's more affordable than ever with my discounts, so feel free to tap the link in the description to get the best deal. NordVPN has a very consistent design and experience on all devices now, thanks to the latest UI upgrade. This clean and modern feel makes it an easy app to pick up, while the variety of features and settings satisfies even experienced users. Hope you saw it for yourself in this NordVPN tutorial, but if you still have questions, feel free to ask them in the comment section below. Thanks for watching. See you soon. Bye.